On air and online. Type KMAZ in your app store and take us anywhere. We are your do good through good station. The new amazing 102.5 FM.
We don't believe you, because we the people.
Because we the people, welcome back. I'm here with my co-host, Saviz.
Hello, hello, and I'm here with my co-host, Navid. You're listening to We the People on the amazing new 102.5. We had a great...
And now we're here with...
James, Joe,
That's
Joseph.
right.
Yes,
Hey
yes.
there.
Joseph,
How are you, sir?
How you doing? I'm good. How you doing?
So you're
Great.
running for City Council at large for, and that's a pretty cool hot... Now, that's a hot seat. Right?
Yes, it is.
All right,
It
so
is.
let's get to know Joe. Because we don't know... I
Okay.
don't know Joe, at least.
Okay.
What do you know, Joe?
Well, that's the new name of the show. Let's
That's right.
get to know Joe.
Get to know Joe.
All right, we the people, exclusive.
We the People. All right, so Joe, where are you from?
Well, I'm James Joe Joseph. I'm a native Houstonian. I'm from Houston. I grew up here all my life,
Okay.
all around Houston, north, east, south, southeast, southwest, all over the city, in different neighborhoods of South Park,
Okay.
Fifth Ward, Acres Homes, the Woodlands, different places of
Okay.
the area. I've been in Houston
Where
all
where
my
were
life.
you from first? Was it South Park? Really?
Yes, I grew up
Man,
in South
shout out
Park.
Klondike
yeah,
Cat.
Yeah.
Shout out Klondike
I
Cat,
grew
K
up-
Reno,
Yeah, yeah.
Shano, Point
Yeah.
Blank, everybody.
All them boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
one of the
went to
first songs I
Rothschild
did was with
Sterling.
Klondike Cat I ever did in my
Okay.
life.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
Yeah, Saviz is a musician.
I'm just a wordsmith. Sometimes they rhyme
Are
a
they?
little bit. So
yeah.
come
That's
together.
where the screwed up music come from.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
Yep.
yeah.
Man,
Mhm.
man,
And
shout
talk
out
about-
South Park.
And talking about screwed up, let's talk about our transit.
Way to kill my vibe.
I found your vibe. Just
Man,
brought back over here
We're
for you,
talking, about,
bro.
we're talking about beats, and then he's like, let's talk about these streets.
Streets,
Yeah,
yes.
All right, so let's talk about the
From
streets.
beats to the streets.
Beats to the streets with Sabi's. And that
Well,
beat.
actually, let's find out more about you, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
you grew up in the city.
All over.
Where did you go to school? What did you do afterwards?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
What
just
did you want to be when you gonna grow up?
I wanted to be everything
Yeah.
actually, and I think I'm trying to do that actually with running for Houston City Council.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm a native Houstonian. I grew up in the city of Houston, single family home. Grew up. I'm the oldest of 4 children. My mom reared us. And I was raised to be. A little bit before my time. So, when you're oldest child, you have a lot of
Yeah.
responsibilities,
yeah.
when it comes to the siblings and whatnot. So
Absolutely.
leadership has been in my DNA, I guess, since birth,
Sure.
So there's things that I've had to do, within my life as a youngster, growing up early, but remaining a kid at the same time.
Yes.
Right.
I played all sports, football, basketball, track, and golf. And was successful, in high school and college in those things.
Okay.
I went to college after high school. I had a scholarship to the University of Houston downtown.
Okay.
But because of family matters, I had to drop out. Tried again. Went to Prairie View. Family matters. I had to drop out again. Came home, transferred to Texas Southern University. Got a job at Metro while I was sweeping the floor at Metro. Once again, family won out. So I had to drop out of school again. But while I was at Metro, I climbed the ladder. From 10 years at Metro, I went from sweeping the floor to managing certain departments within Houston Metro while going through the apprentice program and having many mentors through those programs, which was partnership with Houston's Community College. So while I was in the apprentice program learning those things, I was actually getting an education through Houston Community College at the same time. But
Word.
just
Okay, wait, hold
recently-
on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you gave me goosebumps like 10 minutes ago, and I'm trying to give you a shout out. That's an amazing story. So you came up and from working your tail off for 10 years, you started from sweeping the floors. That's an amazing story.
Literally, I
That
was
is
in a
such a
brake
cool
shop
story.
sweeping the floors at Metro.
I love those success stories. Like,
Yes.
I've heard about like the CEOs started at the,
That's right.
taking out the trash back in like
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
companies are like that. Like Cisco, that was that story. That's amazing. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
continue. I'm sorry.
And then
I just
no,
had to give you a
yeah.
shout out.
But it is cool though. But and I saw those failures and success stories trying to finish college. But just recently, I went back to college under the Fresh Start program.
Okay, yeah.
And I graduated May 18th, 2019.
Oh,
From
wow.
the Texas Southern University School
Man,
of
even
Public Affairs.
Even more goosebumps.
So yeah, but left Metro though. Even before I went back to college, I left Metro and I moved to Atlanta for 6 years to redevelop their transit system
Oh,
there.
okay.
So you're talking about
Do
the
tell.
mess. Yes,
Do
yes.
tell.
So there are certain aspects of transit and management that I certainly understand when it comes to being the next Houston City Councilman at large for when it comes to the Metro Next plan and I-45 expansion, because I have over 20 years of experience working through, as I just said, going to school, working in the departments, leading departments, and changing dynamics of certain aspects of different utility systems.
That kind of reminds me of like your upbringing. You know, I was a kid. I was the leader of the kids, my siblings. I played golf, basketball, girls. You know, like you went on all the rides. It's like you're doing it all over again, but adulting version of that. You know?
Yeah, really,
That's
and
really cool.
actually it has been, because I've tried, many times, in our communities, they say second chance. Some of us need third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh chances.
Oh, I lost count for myself. I don't know how many.
Yeah, they say a cat has 9 lives.
Yeah.
I think I might have a little bit,
Yeah,
a
I
couple
don't-
more than that.
I'm a
zombie
bigger
cat.
animal, right?
Like,
yeah. So.
we still
Yeah,
good?
so let's talk about, what is your why? Like,
Yeah.
why are you running for this office right now, and why is it important that someone like you be in this office?
First of all, right now is a critical time for elections and leadership, not in our city.
Right.
I had never wanted to run for city council, but some things happened in my aspect of life to lead me this way. I told you earlier I lived in Atlanta. True story, on my way back home to Texas, to move back to Texas, my truck broke down in 5th Ward. I was not planning to go to 5th Ward. I was planning to go to Katy. Long story short, I've been there 16 years. I've redeveloped my home that was built in 1932 in 5th Ward. I started a clothing store in 5th Ward because I wanted to be a businessman.
Right.
So the kids in the community would come to the store. I got acclimated more to the community, which I knew the community because I'm from Houston. But one day a parent asked me to go up to the school to check on her son because she had to work. Long story short, that one day turned into 311 volunteer hours at Wheatley High School, Cashmere High School, E.O. Smith, McReynolds, and Dogan, and also Woodson Elementary School. So when I started to do those things, that started to position me to run for city council. I became the super neighborhood vice president, and then the president of Blocks Organizing Neighborhood Defense, which was an organization started by Lee P. Brown to curb crime in the community. From 2012 to 2014,
We have the wonderful James Joe Joseph today here with us. He's running for city council at large, position 4, and we're talking about some of the major issues here in the city and how, as council member, you want to make it better for all of us.
Yes.
So we're talking about the community work you've done, crime. You touched upon crime and safety a little bit as well. So I like to delve into more of the why. We ran multiple times.
Yes.
My understanding is that Councilmember Jared Davis is he's termed out.
Yes, he's termed out,
Okay.
but I'm not running
you're not
for
for
his
that,
seat.
but you're running for Amanda Edwards, who
Vacated
actually
seat, yes.
vacating the seat. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
So,
That was the last conversation.
yeah.
That's right.
Well,
So-
I got the 5th Ward in District B.
Right,
It was
right.
in my head.
Well, he
so
did run for
He
it.
did
Yes,
for
right.
that.
Yeah,
So
but now my
now running for
area has increased.
yes,
Right.
it has. And so, how's it been running for the position? Obviously,
What's been the most amazing experience
yes.
campaigning?
Well, the most amazing experience campaigning now is meeting more people and more about not meeting all kind of people. I'm
Right.
already diverse. Like I say, the city of Houston is the 4th largest city, and I grew up here. So I grew up around diversity. But now we have 100,000 people moving to his city of Houston a year. So there's much more diversity in the city of Houston, not only in the people, but in the cultures, like food, and places to go for our children, to reach out to other communities. I was telling somebody the other day, I love eating sushi, but it's something that I didn't grew up
Right,
eating.
right, right.
Yeah.
But, it was acquired later on in life when I started to acclimate myself with other people. And the difference I see in running in city council now myself for the 4th time is I've learned a lot through running for city council a few times. You know, not just to be running. Sometimes I say that the first couple times was a dress show because now I know a whole lot more. My networking is a lot better, and I'm more acclimated with the city of Houston and how it works.
So let me ask you this: what has been the least favorable experience campaigning, and what's been like the biggest situation you've learned from?
Well, you have to be patient.
Yes.
You know, you have to be patient. We all want it, and we all want it now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know anybody who
Why
does.
why can't we get that?
Yeah, why can't we get that? Because one thing why we can't get that, sometimes it's a learning curve. You know, we make mistakes, and sometimes we're naive to the things that we can't see. 2 Corinthians 5, we live by faith, you know, not by sight. So we can't see some things, and we bump heads, you know, for those things we can't see. So the least thing that I've run into, which hadn't been a lot, was those things that you didn't see coming. Yeah.
That's always true, right? Like, oh wow, was that real? All right, we took care of it. Next,
Right.
and you're learning from that.
Yes.
So so cool. So let me ask you this: what is your main focus when you when you get elected?
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're gonna accomplish?
Your first 100 days. What are you gonna do?
And I have a plan for that. You know, Houston has a lot of problems. I'm gonna give you my 3 points of what I'm running on. The first one is smart transit development. There's no way we can put a man on the moon 1,000 miles away, but we can't fix our metro transit problem here in the city of Houston. Second thing I'm running on is infrastructure. We're flooding. You know, Houston is always flooded, but now we're building homes with no yards, nowhere for the water to disperse. So we need to take care of that. And last but not least, crime and safety, which I spoke on earlier, which we need more police officers on the streets and get them out of the offices. And then we need to also get the police officers working together. And what I mean by that is not only HPD, Constable Police, Metro Police, HISD Police, and all other police forces, you know, working together, because we know that some of our police forces are not manning the streets. They're manning certain areas and certain apartment complex and things of those nature. So we need to get them out more. Not that they're doing a bad job. We just need to get a better collective so we can do things better.
Better coordination.
Better coordination, better communication. You know, it's an earned role, and it's also it's not an elected role. It's kind of an appointed role, but it's earned. They have to work hard to get that, but they're also working in public service. You know, so I mean, I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, can't we all just get along? No, shout out to HBT. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
So what is the
and the sheriff's office
so
and the fire department? I'm not running for nothing.
Are you?
We don't own the rights to these.
Are you running for something or from something right now?
Yeah, right. Sounds like he's running from something. Don't look for me.
I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to talk like you politicians here. I'm like, what am I allowed to say right now?
Everything. This is a free country. We can say
cool.
whatever we want.
Except for certain words that the FCC will find us for.
Yes,
so do not even try it.
You
Hey,
can
I don't
say
even
it,
know if you're
but
allowed
pay
to
the
talk about
fine.
the FCC. Are we
Yeah.
allowed? Shout out FCC. We love you.
Read the book. Read
Read
the
the
book.
book. Read the book.
So, Joe, what is the most important thing right now people can do to get involved in your campaign?
Well, the most important people can do to get involved in my campaign is, for one, go to my website, which is josephforhouston.com. You can do that, and you'll see a lot of information on josephforhouston.com. Also, if you go to the website, it's translated in over 22 languages.
22.
So if you're not able, or your family members are not able to correctly, you know, want to understand it in your language, it is there.
Is Farsi there by any
Yes,
chance?
it's there.
Okay.
And that's
It's probably because there's,
Persian?
you know, the
It's
city of
there.
Houston has,
yes,
you know, that's
yes.
22 sides of town right there.
Yeah, and that's what kind of councilman I'll be. A councilman for all the people, not just for some of the people.
You can have like little cultural 22 ambassadors of those neighborhoods.
You know, and we just might,
Start.
because we did that with zoning off our neighborhoods to curb crime. So
Mhm.
that may be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
And I love good ideas, and I listen.
Word.
Yeah.
10%. All right.
So
So,
Savi's got an idea.
yeah, I have an idea. Wait.
Ask your question.
Okay. I was like, is it something new? If there was a movie made about the story of your life, what would it be called?
Passing the baton.
Man, I had a song called that once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same thing. But
Definitely not. But it was in one of those neighborhoods.
right,
For
right.
sure.
But-
And who would play you?
What's his name? Eldridge. Idris.
What's his name?
Wink.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
come on,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, you should know this name.
Yeah.
You're
No.
the official Wikipedia, bro.
I like
Give me a
his
sec.
swag.
Give me a second. I already know who he looks like. Just give me a second.
Oh,
I
here
just
we
gotta
go.
remember the name.
While
It's from
he
the
looks
same
it
from the
up.
same show. From the same
Okay.
show too.
While
What
he looks
show?
that up, I'm gonna ask my
Wire.
question.
Okay.
So, if you were given a superpower right now, what superpower would you like?
If I was given a superpower, what I would the superpower what I would love to have is which is my hashtag, unify. My hashtag is to unify Houston, and if I had a superpower, it would be to unify us all because we all bleed red.
How would you do that? Is it by your
It's a
voice
superpower.
or
You
your
don't-
sight?
You know?
No, I mean it's like, is it just happen? I want to
Well,
know the
and then I
technicals
do,
of it.
and I thank you for that because I did miss out on your question because he asked me what would I do the first 100 days
Yes.
of,
Right.
being in city council,
That's
and
right.
that's what I would do is work on unifying communities through not only our civic clubs because the civic clubs in our community and the super neighborhoods are really the ones who have a power and the direction for the community because
Yeah.
they live there each and every day. You know, we come and we go and see what's going on, and then we show up with a map and tell the community what it wants to do instead of the community telling us what they see that needs to be done. So that's what I'll be working on my first 100 days of city council is unifying communities.
Yeah, with that new plan that I just came up with.
And I found the name Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick. Oh, from The Wire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're right about that. Yeah. I go with him too. Yeah.
All right, I'll allow it. So, and then what else we got? What's your favorite restaurant? Go. What's your favorite sushi?
My favorite sushi is actually, I have to cheat on sushi because, the time and I work so much. So I have to sneak into Signature Kroger sometimes.
I was just going to say that. I'll catch
and
one of those real
Yeah,
quick.
I have to because I can't sit down and eat all the time. I have a 9-year-old daughter too,
Okay.
who I raise. And, so sometimes I'll, on my way home, I'll sneak into a Signature Kroger or a Randall's and grab me some, my go-to is salmon, of course. But I'll get a spider, sushi or, and I love the crab salad sushi.
Yeah.
But
Man, it never
So,
fails. We always get hungry
Signature Kroger, thanks.
before we leave. And then, one more time, how can people get a hold of you?
once again, that's josephforhouston.com, josephforhouston.com, or you can Facebook me on James Joseph for Houston City Council at Large, position number 4. Once again, if you want change, vote for James. If you want Mo, vote for Joe.
Oh.
My name is James Joe Joseph for Houston City Council at Large, position number 4.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you so much.
He said that once or twice. So we had Joseph and Houston's Noah, Alvin Bird, in the building today. It's been a great show. 67th episode on the amazing new 102.5.
What are we again?
The amazing new 102.5. This has been We the People with Navid and Saviz.
That's right.
And we will see you tomorrow for episode 68. Thank you so much.